Hey guys, welcome back to another great video. Feel free to subscribe to my channel. I promise not to disappoint. I'm gonna create some really cool content, guys. Now, before we get started, I wanna start off with a little bit of an inspirational quote. If you are here and you're just learning how to build and this is all very overwhelming to you, my motto for the day is never give up. Yes, I know it's cheesy, but you need to hear it. You need to keep going and pushing forward, and you're going to get better at Fortnite Creative, I promise you. You have a million creators out there making YouTube videos just like me, trying to help you get better at creative, and together we can make amazing things. So guys, just keep going, don't give up, don't let people talk you down or tell you your maps stink. Just keep pushing forward and you are going to create some amazing stuff. Without further ado, we are now going to build an amazing healing pool using the Slurpy Swamp Gallery's green slime canister. So let's go ahead and dive into it. Guys, I just want to thank a special YouTuber for this video named Kaori, aka Rusty. Rusty is an amazing YouTuber and he actually taught me how to do this trick. So this one is thanks to the wonderful Rusty, aka Kaori. So I'm gonna go ahead and put his YouTube link in the description below, but he is the person we're calling out today, and this video is all about him since he is the one that came up with this idea. So let's go ahead and get into it. Here we go. But before we do, if you can hit that like button to help the algorithm, it would help me so much. It takes me a few hours to make these videos. It takes you 1 second to hit that like button. Thank you guys so much. All right, so pretty simple, guys. We're gonna grab the cave shell from the other cave video that we built. I'll link you to that video. Please watch that one first if you haven't already, and that will make more sense with what we're doing here. But we're rebuilding kind of the beginning stages of a cave. So what we're doing now is we're gonna go ahead and grab that slurp canister, that really big one. And here's the deal, guys. This sucks. I did a lot of testing on this. There's rules for this canister. There are a lot of rules. And what I mean by that is you cannot resize this item. So if you resize this item in any way, if you shrink the height, the width, anything, when you go in there, it will still work-ish, but you get very steppy. It looks like you're having frame loss. But you like jump around, it gets jittery, it gets really weird. So that's the only unfortunate thing with this technique is it has to stay the exact size, which is fine. So we're gonna put that in first. The other weird rule with this, that canister cannot touch water, guys. If it touches water, it will weirdly just disappear after a couple seconds. So there are some weird rules with this canister, but if you're gonna use it as is, a prop that does not get transformed or changed, you can make this work. So make sure you follow those 2 rules and you'll save a lot of time. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna go ahead and build around the canister in the cave. So I just placed it at a floor level. And now what we're gonna do is go back to our terrain and we're gonna build some terrain around it. And it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. But I wanna make sure we're doing this correctly and we're doing it together. So we're gonna go ahead and go into the cave gallery and we're gonna grab the terrain piece here where it's just like the back of a cave. And before we actually commit, what we wanna do is change the height, all right? So, you know, this goes deeper, right, than normal, so we don't want it to go right there because if we just drop it like that, you'll notice, okay, defeats the purpose of what we're trying to do. So we're actually gonna go ahead and build this with using the height on the object transformer. And we're going to lengthen it just like so. And then we're going to commit the change. So then when we commit that change, we're gonna make it go deeper too. So we're making it go deeper and higher. And there you go, guys. I made it deeper and higher. And what that gives us is this beautiful piece that places us in. Now that edge looks pretty grody. You could just leave it like this and be done with the tutorial. I wouldn't suggest it. You're not gonna impress very many people. But all you have to do at this point is go through the terrain and figure out what you wanna do and put in those cracks or crevices. One suggestion I would make, if you go to game, there's an indestructible gallery in there. It's really easy to get to. I would use indestructible rocks, and I would use rocks that you're not gonna use anywhere else on the map. That way it gives the player a sense of, these rocks are unique, and maybe I can't use or break these or farm these. And that's exactly the impression we want to give off. We don't want them to be able to farm these rocks. We want them to look at them and go, okay, like these rocks obviously are designed to just create a pool-like feeling, and that's their only purpose. So what we're gonna do is resize these rocks and get them to a size that works, and then we're gonna start placing them around, and all we're gonna do here is hide that ridge line. That's it. So we're just gonna keep going until we finish hiding that entire ridge, and we're gonna continue along here. All right, so I said we're gonna do some floral, and what I mean by that is we're gonna put in some magic mushrooms, and then we're gonna also put in some actual flowers. So you have to grab that consumables gallery, drop it somewhere where it drops, it's not going to get lost or in the way. And then you can delete everything you don't need, but basically you're gonna just grab that one mushroom right there, and you can do whatever you want here, but I think that mushroom looks really nice because it goes with the color of the slime in here. And once again, this was another great idea that I got from Rusty, who taught me this map. He made his actually a lot prettier than what I'm actually doing here. So make sure to follow his YouTube. You can ask him questions as well. He's actually also in my Discord server. Look in the link in the description below, and you can talk to him. He's one of my mods, and he's awesome, guys. Really, he's really great to ask creative questions too. So we're gonna decorate this with mushrooms, then we're gonna move on to my favorite cave plant. I'm grabbing this from the cave video I just did. This plant is from the jungle gallery. You're seeing me place it here. It's from the nature gallery under jungle. And this plant is really dope. It just gives it this really unique feel. And to finish things off, you may want to just recreate the entryway there. You can put a ramp in. That will kind of just show people there's a lead up to something, but you don't exactly know what until you get there. So let your creative minds go crazy here and create something cool like I did with this finished product. So real quick before you go, I want to show you another way to build this that's not in a cave setting that I think you may like even better. But basically we're going to rebuild the whole thing just outside, right? So maybe you're running around the map and you just see this healing oasis, right? And there's no real difference here. We're just using the same rocks. And you know what? I challenge you to use different types of rocks too. The one thing I would say here though is try to use rocks from the indestructible gallery, because if people can break these rocks and see the canister, it just kind of takes the appeal away, right? And you can put some lore behind this too, right? You can have a BR world where there's just this like magical ooze coming out and it gives you healing abilities, and you know, you could even put in like role managers in this, so while you're healing you can give somebody maybe like 120 shield. Stuff like that's pretty cool, and we can get more in depth with that later, but for now I just wanted to show you yet another way to use this on your map. I hope you enjoyed yet another great tutorial. This one, thank you to Rusty. I can't thank you enough for showing us these cool tips, and I hope he starts creating tutorials just like this one. Until then, guys, please like and subscribe if you love the content you see. Thank you so much for being here. You guys are all amazing, and I cannot wait to see what you do with this tutorial. Until next time, peace.